What is going on, YouTube people? Northeast Ohio Sports Cards here to talk about retail madness. That's right. Target has new policies in place starting this week. A lot of you've probably seen this already. It's been making its rounds across social media. I think a lot of it came out last Friday. I just haven't had a chance to make a video about it. Kind of wanted to throw my 2 cents in. But yeah, before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff down below. Depending on when this post, I may have mentioned this in another video. I have a new affiliate link down there, eBay. We all know that most of us buy stuff from eBay. We all complain about it, but we all use it. All I ask is if you want to support the channel and you want to buy something off eBay, just use the affiliate link down below and just buy whatever you would buy. It takes you right to the eBay homepage. Do your little search for Baker Mayfield PSA 10 Prism because they're too cheap and off and running. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I made a video a few weeks back when Target rolled out the new policy about the Fridays only thing and this, that, and the other thing, and the limit 3 and the Friday mornings. And not all Targets went to that, but via card porn, Twitter, via a bunch of Facebook groups, a lot of people have been talking about this. Target is shifting that policy again to 1 item per guest. Now, I do not know if this is 1 item per sport or if it is just 1 item, period. That part I don't know, and I haven't dove that deep in. So I don't know if it's just you get 1 prism of 1 blaster of prism, and that's it, or if you can have 1 basketball product, 1 football product, 1 baseball product, 1 Pokemon product for a total of 4, or if it's just a straight 1 item per guest. I think it's the latter, but I could be wrong, and maybe their targets are interpreting it slightly differently. The other thing that I've heard out of this is that they are cracking down, which is not listed in this, but I've seen other postings and heard a lot of chatter that they are cracking down on the camping. That because what happened, and this was, I think I called this, that this was going to happen. It's kind of like the law of unintended consequences. You know, they put the new policy in place because they didn't want people camping out in the store all week waiting for the vendor or on the vendor day. And it was nebulous on when they may show up. So they moved, a lot of the targets said, okay, all card sales are on Friday morning. Vendor just gives them the customer service. And then we figure it out on Friday morning. And then, of course, it escalated from there. People started getting there earlier and earlier. And then it got to the point where people were literally camping out all night, like getting there Thursday afternoon / evening and setting up chairs and tents and the whole 9 yards. Shocking. Target didn't like that. They don't want every Friday to be Black Friday and have a bunch of people lined up outside their store. And I'm not going to sit here and hate on anyone for doing whatever they want to do with their own personal time. If that's how you want to spend your Thursday night to go get some retail product, more power to you. If that's how you want to spend your time to spend $40-50 on retail and then flip it for $200, $300, $400, whatever it is, depending on what you get, more power to you. I don't care. Your time, do what you want with it. However, I see Target's point that they don't want a bunch of people camped outside the store. Now, is everything a hot mess? Probably not. I hear a lot of good stuff. You know, Ziggy No's been doing reports live from the scenes, and it sounds like they actually have a pretty good crew, pretty great time. Everything's kumbaya. Everything works good. I am sure not every store is like that. I am sure there are some stores where this is an absolute nightmare for the employees. And I feel for the employees in some cases. Like I said, maybe there's some cases where this all just works out fine and dandy and everyone is happy. But I am sure that there are some situations that are an absolute mess for the employees to have to deal with this. And this is I'm speaking as someone that worked in retail for a very long time. I was a Best Buy associate for over a decade, part-time and occasional seasonal, coming back at Christmas time to help. So I understand the plight of the retail employee in just dealing with the general public, especially during a pandemic. And one of my big predictions in my, things that I think, predictions for the year that I did right before, right at the end of last year, right before the beginning of 2021, was that the retail game was going to change. Something was going to happen to upend retail. And I think my prediction, I have to go back and watch the video. I believe my prediction was that Target and Walmart would just stop selling cards. And I legit think we're heading to that place. There is no way the profit margins that they make on this stuff, like a Target and a Walmart, is enough for them to want to go through all these freaking hoops to deal with this. They have to keep rolling out new policies. They have to pull customer service people to deal with this, like to sell on an individual basis and line queue these people, this, that, and the other thing. That's a lot of manpower for a retail store that's probably not making great margins on this stuff. And maybe they're justifying it as an excuse if it gets a body in the store. Maybe they buy something else, this, you know, all that stuff. But in general, I bet you most Target line level employees would be perfectly fine if all this stuff just went away and they didn't have to deal with it anymore. This has to be a nightmare for them. I haven't heard if Walmart's doing anything or not. I know some Walmarts have put different things in place. Walmart still seems a little more like the Wild West. Target seems to be taking more control of things. And I don't know what this does to, you know, is it worth your time to line up all night for a single blaster box? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Well, and that's the other thing that's changing is like I said, they're cracking down on people camping outside the store. So what I had seen, like I said, I don't know if this is every Target, so check your local, it may vary, is they don't want people outside the store prior to like 6 or 6:30 in the morning. So they're like, you cannot be on property until 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and there's going to be a cop coming by to basically tell you GTFO. So what I would love to know is this going to be some Mad Max? Sorry, kids, cover your ears. Some Mad Max shit every Friday morning where, you know, 6:30 rolls around and here comes Mad Max Fury Road and Furiosa over the hill with their cars with weapons and spikes on the side, cutting people off, playing guitars with loudspeakers and machine guns, trying to get to the front of the line, people diving in the spots and then jumping out of cars. I feel like everything's on the table. You know, is everyone going to line up at the entrance like Dom Toretto and live their life a quarter mile at a time? And at 6 o'clock, you know, what is this going to turn into? And I think this is the next law of unintended consequences. Sure, you don't want people camping out, but it sounds like a lot of the campers actually had a fairly legit honor system in place. Like I said, most stores, I'm sure not everything was like that. And this to me feels like even more like the Wild West. And I could guarantee you there is going to be shenanigans caused by this new policy. Like I said, I legit can see it now. Cars flying in, flying around the thing, and like kids literally jumping out of the cars. The van pulls up, the door slides open, and it looks like an abduction scene from a movie where everyone jumps out of the van, grabs the guy, and pulls him into the van and takes off. The problem is, you know, how do you fix this? And like I said, I think it's just going to lead to them just saying we're done. I think, and I haven't put a ton of thought into this, how I would fix it. And like I said, this is me whiteboarding this for 5 minutes while I'm driving around for work. First thing, you have to figure out the bot situation. You can't crack down on people lining up in line and then let the bots run wild on the internet side. So, you know, you're saying we don't want flippers. We don't want everyone getting the product, at least in person, but online, the bots eat. And we all know that they do. So I think the first solution is you figure out the bot problem. You have to shut that down. It's only fair. If you're going to hit them on the retail side, then you need to hit them on the online side. Because if you figure out the bot problem, what my solution to this is you work out some sort of system where, you know, it has whatever limits in place that it needs to online to track this stuff. And there'll be people that figure out loopholes, whatever, that's fine. But the way that I would plan this out would be that you purchase online and you do an in-store pickup. So each store is allocated whatever inventory they're allocated for. The system, the website, only lets you log out one product per account, per address, per whatever anti-botting system they have in place, per credit card, whatever. And then you have to schedule it for in-store pickup. And then you just walk in whenever the order is ready to grab it, just like any other Target online order. This eliminates people lining up. This puts all the weight on the website. But once again, you have to solve the bot problem for this to work. And I'm sure people would figure out some nonsense to get around it, to get a couple extra boxes here and there, whatever. It has to be better than the systems that's in place now. Your current system on the retail end causes tons of problems. Your current system on the online end also causes tons of problems because the bots eat. So figure out the bot problem and then put systems in place to help out the store side with just using the website to purchase and doing in-store pickup. Because I can tell you right now where this is headed to is they're either A, going to just throw everything online and just let the bots eat, and they're just not going to sell it in store anymore, or they're just not going to sell it, period, and it'll all come direct through Panini or Topps. And they'll just set market price because they're not going to give a discount. So that's my suggestion. Do any of you guys and girls have a suggestion for fixing retail? I don't know that that's perfect. I'm sure a bunch of people can poke a bunch of holes in it. It is what it is. That was my quick 5-minute brainstorm idea while I was driving around for work today, trying to figure out this mess. I've given up on the retail hunt months ago. I retired. The last thing I bought retail was Mosaic Football. Yeah. No, Hoops Premium Basketball. I got like one blaster and one hanger of Hoops Premium Football, and that happened to be because I was at right place, right time. I knew the day the target stocked, and I just happened to sling in, and I got one of the last things that they had left, and I was fine with that. That's the last time I even went to look for retail. So be curious to see and hear your thoughts down below. The retail system, while I think this is better than it was before, I don't know that this, now they're going like the next level extreme. I think it's going to just cause, once again, other problems. And I don't even know that we all know what those problems are yet, but I just see that morning dash for line spots as the tension point. So that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We will catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.